what is malachim? What is an angel? כי גם הם חומר וצורה. They also have shape. Angel have shape, the malachim have shape. אלא שחומרם זך מאוד. The difference is they're not totally materialized like us. החומר, the material part that they're made from is zach, is like glass, זכוכית. glass called זכוכית, it's called זך, זך means clean. אלא שחומרם זך מאוד, זה נקרא כבוד נברא של המלאך. What's the name of the material they made from? The honor of creation of an angel. That's the material they made from. ונקרא אישים. We call that material אישים. אישים mean fire. It's a different type of fire. אחתורתם נקרא מלאך. The shape called an angel, but the material they use is kind of fire. וזה הכי הנפש יכולו לראות דרך מראה את המלאך. The people who purify themselves will be able to start seeing the angel physically, not just thought-wise. They'll start seeing the angel. Start seeing the angel דרך מראה, through a mirror. Now we don't know if it means to a mirror or to the mirror of the angel. בהיותו מלובש במלבוש שלו הנזכר, because the angel revealed itself for people who work on themselves, but he dressed himself. He dressed himself in a way that the person will not be confused, because try to understand. I mean, let's all of us try to understand. If something has not been materialized, then it is in potential just energy. That energy has to be dressed with something, and the same like electricity. Can I see electricity? I cannot see electricity. I need to dress it with a copper wire. The copper wire, that's called the clothing of the electricity. Now I can see this with the angel. So the angel is, yeah. וזה וירא והנה שלושה אנשים, that's what it said about Avraham. וירא, he saw, and then there is three angels. ואין זו נבואה, this is not a prophecy if you see an angel. רק מעשים בראיית נפשו, מוזכרת נפש המלאך כבר. It's just your nefesh, lower level of the soul, has been awakened, been clean to see an angel. וכן הרואים את אליהו הנביא. Whoever see also Elisha the prophet, who's an angel, said, שם לשמות הצדיקים, you can have a righteous person visit you also. כן רבנו הקדוש, בקולו לשבת וכיוצא. He said, Rabbi Chaim Vital write about his teacher, he said, my teacher, every Erev Shabbos, before Shabbos, he see all of them. Angel, tzaddikim, group together. I used to do meditation, sometimes I'm still doing it, you can do it too. In Erev Shabbat, you know, before Lechadodi, I put my mind and I go to the courtyard of the Arizal, and you can meditate, you see the table and everybody's sitting there. Rabbi Shimon is there, everybody's there, all the tzaddikim you can imagine. They're all there, and you should see yourself in your mind. Join them for Erev Shabbat. You have to do every Shabbat, join them for Erev Shabbat. When you do that, you include yourself in something. כן רבנו הקדוש בכל שבת ויקוצר, אינו אלא על ידי התלבשותו בחלוקת הרבנן שלו. So the Arizal, you know, was able to dress, you know, when you dress on Shabbat, you have to meditate on an angel. Okay, Zarikel, that's the name of the angel, you cannot dress just like that. You know, you put the door clothes, the underclothes, the above clothes. You have to meditate. There's an angel that you said, please dress me up, and then the socks, and then left shoe, right shoe, then left shoe, then right shoe. According to the Jewish law, you have to learn to get dressed. You know, you have halachot on this. Halachot when you do that, when you put the kippah, when you put tzitzit, everything has to be with rubin, you know. And without tzitzit, you know, chav shalom, what's come to you? You know, you have demon chasing you. You know, the tzitzit is to protect you. It's way stronger than the red string. It's a tradition, you know, from the time of Rachav Azana, from the time the prostitute called Rachav. Chud Hashanim min hachalom. That's where it's begin, by the way. When she put a red string, so people will not destroy her house. When the Bnei Israel went back, you know, I don't know if you know, Yoshua ben Nun came back after Moses said the spy, then they have to go back again. And they have to go back again. At that time, they tell her, put chut hashani, put a red string around your house, and we know we leave you alone. So that's where the Jewish tradition of red string is a protection, and then we take Rachel with us, and the different string we have. So you need to know the reasoning. The string is a nice tradition, but it's not as strong as tzitzit. You know, a person who wants to protect themselves, tzitzit is the ultimate way. person should have 5-6 ציציות, one for this day, take ציצית seriously. יש מדרגות במלאכים, there's level במלאכים, וכן בשינדלתים, also in demon. So the different group, but similar. ואף על פי שאין נברא בלתי חומר וצורה, even there's no such thing as creation without shape. אם כל זה לא כל המלאכים נגלמים בלבושיהם. Not all angels reveal themselves with clothing. When I say clothing, meaning manifestation, like the Kabbalah and electricity, אלא אישים שהם כתאיות הנקרא נפש. A lot of them come with אישים. אישים is like fire. כנודע בעניין החלום, like they come to you in the dream. כי הנפש של אדם מצד דלת יסודות, אינו נקרא נפש, אלא נשמה, נשמת רוח, חיים, שעולות אל חיים מופנים לגוף, ואינו יוצאת הנשימה דרך האף. So when we breathing, it's called נשימה. That נשימה is נשמה, is soul. נשימה means breathing, נשמה means the soul. כי עליה נאמר, ויפח באפיו נשמת חיים. For that reason, it's saying Bereshit that God put the breathing within us. So what is the memory of Hashem in our creation? The breathing. For that reason, some breathing is dead. Somebody sleeping, still breathing. He's half dead because sleeping is like that. But the one thing different is breathing. That's what you check on a person, is the life, not the life. Because what is that breathing? Nishmat Chaim is the original breathing that Hashem put in Garden of Eden. ואמרו במדרש רבה, זו פיתה לשון אף, ולנפש האמיתית בפני העשייה, זה שאחר כך בידם לנפש חיה, תקראו לו רוח ממללה. So a different opinion, it said the רוח ממללה is the spirit of talking. וזה שלבר קהלת רבה אמר, יהודה הגוף אומר לנשמה, הוא נפש היסודית, ונשמה אומר לנפש, יהודה בפני העשייה, נפש למלאך שאורח דעשייה, לא במלאכים, במלאכים כזה בחורי שיושב על הכיסא הכבוד. So there is level. One level talk to another, and then the angel talk to God. שיושב על הכיסא הכבוד, God is sitting on the throne, which means בריאה, וזה נשמה שחוטפה משם, זו עניין החלום. So this is a dream, he talked to you about dream. And then he continues saying, so what is the idea if you say angels, body, this and that? What is the idea of יצר הטוב ויצר הרע? What is the good inclination versus the bad inclination? כי עומק גדול, it's gonna be deep. נראה לי אני יודעתי, בזה באמת, to my poor opinion, זה רבי חיים איתן בנזדם of teacher, כי נודע כי כל העולמות הם טוב ורע. Everything in different world as טוב ורע, as good and bad. והנה בעולם העשייה, הרע הוא הדלת יסודות. In the, where we live, I mean, we're in עשייה of עשייה, but in general עשייה, in the world of עשייה, the world of action, there is four foundation. שמראים על האופנים ולא נשים באדם מפתח לבלחת עובד, החומר שהוא הגוף, the material, which is the body, והצורה שהוא מגיע לנפשות היסודות, the shape, which means the material is one thing, the shape is another thing. ולא נגמר כנסתם בשלב לתת לו מלגים השני. Until 13 years, it's not finished to enter. כי כן הגוף הולך וגדל, the body keep growing, וגם הנפש הולך וגדל. As the body growing, since the baby is growing, till 13, also the nefesh is growing. The part of the soul is growing. It's not just about the body, it's about the soul. כי תחילה נרגש נפש הדומם, והצומח שהוא זר. First, the mineral part of the body and the vegetation part of the body is growing. אחר כך נפש החי בתשתומה, then the animal kingdom within us growing, עד שהוא הולך ברגליו נענה על כצונו. Until it starts walking. When the baby starts walking, now it starts developing a human aspect. For that reason, we know when the baby starts walking, it's a different when the baby crawling, it's like an animal, on four. What's the difference, אחרי כך נכנס בו נפש השכל המעשי, after it starts walking, you have to have the נפש of the brain action, שהוא בזמן הפעוטות ואילך, is after the baby is already kind of begin talk and walk. ואחר כך ששכל העיוני, then the brain of how to study, לדעת החוכמה, to know wisdom, המלאכות, different action, סחורות, how to deal with business. ואין יש למוד דעת בקטע, that's how you complete four part of the נפש, וחומר דלת היסודות. ותשלום מלגיב לשנים. Until 13 years old, now you know why there is bar mitzvah. It's not So Baba Mitzvah, you said the child need to know business, not to know this and that. All stuff with my kids, I send them to work already, this, and they remember. Part of what I did is to develop that specific part. They will jump right away from Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama. Work, even work. So a person not just study Torah, elevate you, also go to work, elevate you. People disrespect work as a spiritual event, but work is a spiritual event because you work with your hand. You just have to meditate. Let's say you write a check, or let's say you write something, or you type. That's chesed gvura. It's chesed gvura. Let's say you walk in to bring the paper from the printing machine. You walk, that's a third. That's a you understand? So all day long, this is work. You use your eyes. Oh, chokhmah derosh. You use your eyes now. You talk. You say, Jacqueline, did you see the paper yesterday? Say no, because say Joe. Okay, Joe, where are you? Mouth, malchut, of course. Every day you go to work, you actually understand what's working. But you need to be aware of that. Otherwise, it's just work. So you all day. You talk, you listen, bina, malchut. Everything is working if you think of it. You don't think of it? וזה נקרא גוף האדם. That's the body of human being. בנפש תלת, זה נקרא דרך כלל את הנפש הבהמית. כי כל תאוות להחזיק הגוף בעניין הבהמה. Why is God give us נפש בהמית? Why when we born, God doesn't give us a soul of a man, a human being? Why is he giving us a nefesh בהמית, the soul of an animal? We have within us everything. Because the nefesh בהמית is what pulls you down to the ground, to eat, sexual activity, anything to do like an animal, like a beast. Is a beast do that? Yeah, beast do that. Reproduce children, eating, going to bathroom. So when a human being act like an animal and expect to be treated like a human being, it's stupid. You're an animal. People go there to drink. You ever see people in a bar? There is like a little bar like this, and there is like drink, different tequila, different thing. Why don't you imagine? I told it one time to a person, almost punched me. So it's funny, I'm looking at that bar. If we all cows, we come here to drink. They will drink. But they make it look nice, the Yetzirah, the even implementation make it look like, can I get you with ice? Cow Edna, Cow Edna, how you like to drink your and it's called bar. You listen to yourself, bar. You go into the bar, yeah, of course, it's the bar. You gotta have my food. That's the whole tradition. The evil inclination fooling us days and night, make us restaurant. You've been in that restaurant? No, I've been in that, I've been in that. They took out talking to each other. We need to imagine it because it will wake us up. Nefesh בהמית, the nefesh of the בהמית means beast. The beast itself, ככל תאוות להחזיק הגוף בעניין הבהמה. The purpose is to keep the human being as a beast. Focus on food, focus on drink, focus on any activity that has to do with the body as body. The body is there to take care of the soul, not the soul is now served to the body. You don't forget, the body is there to be a vehicle, the clothing for the soul to manifest. So I want to eat something, what? Stop, tell me, why am I eating? The cow is eating too. You have a worker, I work as a farmer, you give the food to the animal, they don't remember if they ate 1 hour ago. They eat. They chew. That's it. They see food, they chew. What does a cow do or they go on a mountain? They just chew all day long. All day long. Get at it before you eat. Why you don't want to eat? I'm hungry. People have that word, I'm hungry. Who's talking? Me. No, it's not you, it's the nefesh בהמית. It's the beast talking inside. Oh, I don't want to eat. You know what? I don't want to eat. You're not going to tell me when to eat. I'm going to wait on that. And now when nefesh בהמית is going down, say, you quiet? Okay, now let me eat something. I will decide when I'm eating. I will decide when I'm drinking. I will decide when I'm taking care of the body. Now you elevate from בהמית into real soul. So the soul there is not always... וזה לא נפש של מצד הרע, that נפש from the evil side. ושמרים דעשייה is the leftover of עשייה. עוד יש נפש בהמית מצד אופני עשייה. But there is another נפש בהמית, there is another נפש בהמית, so there is two נפש בהמית inside of us. One nefesh behemit, which is totally about like an animal. The other nefesh behemit is for אופני העשייה. אופנים is a high level. והיא מצד הטוב. וזה שלנו פרש בפנים להתלדד יעבו לרב של בירי, נדע גם מופנקת כעובדי העשייה, נקרא שם את הרב יבון. So you have two different of beasts. There is the beast or make you survive, and there is the beast to make you just selfish first. So because of the time, I just want to make sure a few things, and then we'll get. והנה פירוש כוח התנועה. Even the movement. What is the movement? The force of need to move or move. I mean, we say the leg and muscle. והוא מתלונן מכל מקום כרצונו לו בטבע הנ"ל, והמרגיש נחלק לאי חושים. ובמישוש, you have five senses, right? The מישוש, the sense of touching, ובכל אברי הגוף. It's actually in the entire body, כי ירגישו, המישוש לא משווה זה לזה. Where is the חוש המישוש? Where is the sense of touching? It's not only in the hand, it's the entire body. So it's controlling your entire body, the מישוש. שמשווה זה לזה. או דבר אחר, דרך שכל אחד יש לו איבר פרטי. Did you ever think about it? Say, Rabbi Chaim Vital, the name of his teacher. So did you know the four senses belong to one organ, but the mishush belong to your entire body? Again, mishush meaning that's mishush.
Touching.
Touching? Yeah. So you have smell, you have seeing, you have ears, you have flavor. That's belong to the organ, right? I mean, smell, nose, hearing is ears, eyes is theirs, and mouth. So four. But why is the fifth one not belong to an organ? Why the fifth one not belong to an organ? The fifth one is all over the body. מישוש. כל אחד יש לו איבר פרטי. עין להרגיש הראות, eyes is to see, ears to hear, nose to smell, חך לטעום. According to here, it doesn't say mouth to test, it says חך. חך is from the mouth. You know, it doesn't say tongue. כל אלו חושבים שאת מן המוח, אז what this is all come from your brain, כי שם עיקרם, אלא שמתפשט הגשם באלוהים ומשתלחם, כל אלה נקראים חיצוניות, all this called external, כי הם ממשיים וגשמיים, because they are real and the גשמי, שהם רואים ושומעים בפועל גמור. אך הפנימי נקרא כוח המדמה. Those five senses are called the external experience. And you have also inner force, according to Dari, וזהו במוח עצמו, and that's within the brain, הוא מדמה שם כאילו שם ממש. There is another sense, it's called imagination. That's the time of Dari. And that imagination can let you imagine as if you're there. והוא הרגש ההוא במוח, but this is come from inside your brain, הוא מצייר שם איך היה אופן הרגש ההוא, אבל פי שלא הרגיש בפועל. You can actually feel, this is Freud, a person can feel things even if it's not there. How can that be? How can you have another sense? You call it the sixth sense, but not sixth sense like they talk about psychic. Sixth sense is imagination, that you can actually experience something without actually it's there. Panic attack, anxiety attack, something going on, nothing. But in the mind there is something. Or feeling great, even if it didn't happen yet. אלא האיבר המיוחד לחוש ההוא כנ"ל. כוח הבן נקרא, so that's one force. Second force, כוח הזוכר, memory. כי אף שלא בשעת שהאיבר החיצון מרגיש בפועל, נדמה במוח כאילו, אז הוא מרגיש בפועל מכוח מה שנצטרך של פעם אחרת. כוח הבן, say, if you one time experience imagination, what we call sixth sense according to that, now you have a seventh sense. What is the seventh sense? The memory of what you experienced before. So now we have a memory of what you said before. Wait, I just wanted you to touch the Arizal, see how far he go. And he lived a short life. He didn't accomplish what he wanted to accomplish in his life, unfortunately. He died when he was 38, 39. Didn't accomplish his mission. Sad. And that's why in the end of his life he say, Echal ala Chaim. Where is Chaim? Chaim means Rabbi Chaim Vital. Where is Chaim? Where is Chaim? Because he wanted to give him one of the biggest secrets. Well, of course, for the universe it didn't happen this way. Because Rabbi Chaim Vital knew that in our time will be a rabbi who will be able to continue the wisdom of Rav Ashlag. Well, Rav Kluger was Rav Ashlag. Rav Ashlag was Mamash Ari Achai. Whoever studied really deep Kabbalah can see immediately that's the Arizal talking. It's not Rav Ashlag talking. When I say Rav Ashlag, I'm not talking about children, grandchildren, I'm only talking about Bala Sulam, the person who wrote the Sulam, because there is many Ashlag. there's thousands of them. I'm talking specifically about it. עוד יש כוח אחד במדמה, מדמה מצב הדברים, אף שלא באמיתתם. Now come this eighth sense. The eighth sense, you never experience it, you never have memory, and you imagine as if it happened. Okay? מה שאי אפשר להיות כנרש החיצון, עוד שלא יכול כוח זה המדמה לצייר, רק בציור גשם וחומר, לא בציור רוחני, זה נקרא צורות הנפש. ועוד שהמדמה יכול לדבר בסדר דברים בין הקיץ בין החלום. You can imagine that while you're awake, while you sleep, it's all there. And very interesting. כוח המעורר, and the ninth sense, which is the awakening force, גם כנראה נפש המתאווה. We call that נפש המתאווה. You can find it in חובת הלבבות, from רבנו בחיה. He's talking about that. נפש המתאווה, meaning the lower level of the soul that has lost. וביותר פנימי מן המדמה. It's actually more stronger and internal than מדמה, and the imagination, כי אחר להיות כוח במדמה לדמות את הדברים, אז יתעורר כוח המעורר. Because that by itself is, for example, you're imagining eating a steak. You are in a vegetation area, there's no cows, nothing there. You can actually test the flavor of the meat, because יש בנפש המתאווה, you're awakening the תאווה, אז יתעורר כוח המעורר לקראת תועלת הגוף. וזה בבית אופנים, אחד לחשוב איך יעשה להכין צורכי הגוף, and then divide to two. One is how to do whatever the body need to do to get there, or how to experience what I want to experience. So, what level is this? Well, so you imagine how you're going to see it, how you're going to hear it, how you're going to walk there. By the way, if you use that for holiness, you become the most powerful tzaddik. All what you have to do is imagine how good I'm going to do spiritually. And then, if you do it every day, at least for a week, you're going to see the manifestation in the 8 days. When you do that, you let the body want it to happen, that way it will happen. Then you wake up in the morning and you close your eyes and you imagine, how can I choose midot tovot? How can I choose a good attribute? שיש בהם תועלת לגוף. It will help the body. להרחיק מידות הרעות מן הגוף and to remove things which are bad for my body, more cars. So you can actually in the morning say, today, I don't want to get angry. I don't want to hate. All those things, the אהבה והאכזריות והרחמנות, love, being cruel, being kind, all depends on that sense. So that sense has to start with imagination. It cannot start with, I wish I would be like that. People say, I wish I would be like this. Don't do that. So Ari is teaching you. You want to be successful in an area, but let's have money. Can you see it in your mind? You cannot see it in your pocket then. Can you see the money in your mind? Then you can see it in your pocket. You cannot see it in your mind? Don't expect. Don't get angry. It's not going to work. What do you see in your mind that you want to do in your life? What success you want to be? Anything you want. Can you hold it? You said that Rav Ashtan could hold the thought and imagination for 7 days. It's not normal. You can hold it in his mind. If you can do that, anything you want will happen. Anything. It's a very powerful tool. אחדה כקניין מידות אלו הטובות צריכים לגוף, ומידות הרעות, אמת כי עיקרה מהכוח המתעורר הפנימי, אומנם גם כוח המרגיש החיצון משווה לו בעניין הזה. So to do it right, you need both forces, external and internal. כי המתעורר חושב המרגיש פועל המדעי, because the awakening is one thing, and then the מרגיש, the sense, will act on it. ודע גם כי כל קניין המצוות והעבירות, all the mitzvot you're going to do, all the sin you're going to do. Unfortunately, it depends on that. כי באדם יש שתי כוחות האלה, we have two forces, המעורר והמרגיש, the awakening and the feeling, the experience. אלא שאינו מצדם, למצד יצר רע. It's come from the inclination, מכניס בהם רצון הזה, והם כלים אל היצר רע, כמו שנאמר. This tool, unfortunately, can be the tools of the inclination, who's going to tell you, and that's why I say about Lot. Lot has two daughters, and the two daughters say, יצר רע ובית בנותיו. יצר רע is Lot, because Lot in Arabic means curse, and it's two daughters. בית בנותיו, הם בית כוחות הם הצעירה, נפש הצומחת, the young one was the נפש of the vegetables, והבחירה, and the old one, הוא חיבור המרגיש במתעורר. Is the connection between the feeling you experience and the awakening, what we call nefesh המתאווה, is the nefesh of the lust and desire. And the only taking care of the body. So you gotta be careful how you do it. Now, there's 10 cents, I continue. המדברת יותר פנימי בכולם. The talking is the strongest power you have, והוא מחלק האש וכל זה דבר באדם, ולבאר מוקמת הצורך באמת. Anyway, we continue soon.